Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. A look at our top headlines this evening. Tuberville enters the race for Alabama governor. An interim president appointed at the University of West Florida, plus a shooting investigation in Mobile. All of that and more is coming up on News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday evening. My name is Summer Poole. I'm the digital reporter here at WKRG. I've missed you guys. I wasn't here last week. I was sick, so that's, also if you hear me a little nasally, I'm coughing some, but I'm better. I'm way better than I was last week, so I'm glad to be back here with you guys. If it's all right with you guys, we're just going to go ahead and hop on into our top stories this evening. At number 5, Alabama Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth announced today that a package of bills aimed at helping veterans passed the state legislature in the regular session. The bills will create a one-stop Alabama Veterans Resource Center, expand the use of veterans treatment courts, and protect veterans from predatory scams. Most of the 12 bills passed will take effect by October 1st. At number 4, Alabama U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville announces he is running to be the state's next governor. Tuberville formally launched his gubernatorial campaign this afternoon. He has served Alabama in the U.S. Senate since 2021 after defeating former Senator Doug Jones. Before that, he was a college football coach, spending 10 seasons as the head coach for the Auburn Tigers. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey cannot run again because of term limits. At number 3, the University of West Florida has a new interim president. Manny Diaz Jr. takes over for Dr. Martha Saunders, who announced her resignation 2 weeks ago. Diaz has been Florida's education commissioner since 2022. He's expected to begin his new role July 14th. Number 2, people in Orange Beach can now pick up their re-entry decals ahead of hurricane season. The decals allow residents to return to Orange Beach in the aftermath of a storm. If you live in a single-family home, pick yours up at the finance department behind City Hall. And if you're in a condo or part of an HOA, check with your property manager to get yours. The decals are good for the next 3 years. And number 1, a man injured after shots fired in Mobile's Jackson Heights neighborhood. Officers responded to a shooting reported on Yorkshire Lane off of Azalea Road around 2:45 this afternoon. Police say a 21-year-old man was shot in the leg, but have not released any other information. And that is a look at our top 5 stories this evening. Now, right before I came in here, a big announcement was made. President Donald Trump has pardoned Julie and Todd Chrisley. If you know the Chrisleys, they are a reality TV family from, I think they lived in the Atlanta area. They were in jail for bank fraud and tax evasion, and President Donald Trump has pardoned them, and they will likely be out either tonight or tomorrow. So let us know in the comments what you think about that new information. All right, so we want to go ahead and get into our question of the day. Now, our question is a question I really like. Which flight do you wish the Gulf Coast offered? I looked at some of these ahead of time, so I'm not going to fib and say that I'm going into this with fresh eyes, because I'm not, because I looked. But I think I love New York City. I love it there. I wish the Gulf Coast had a flight to New York City, because I would be on that flight ASAP. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit because I know that Devin and Bill went over some of these earlier. So let's do some that we haven't already done. All right. Samantha says to California. Cindy says Gulf Shores to Chicago. I've never been to Chicago. Julie says Vegas. That'd be a fun trip. Let's see here. Ethan says Orlando, Pittsburgh, and Charleston. I'm pretty sure we do have a flight, a nonstop flight to Orlando. Y'all might have to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure we have that. Birmingham to Gulf Shores, says Janice. Mark says Gulf Shores to Chicago. Haven says Louisville, Kentucky. Some more people say Vegas and Louisville. Let's see. Detroit. Jill says Detroit. I would love to see a Lions game, so I wouldn't mind that. Mobile to Buffalo, says Christina. Robin says Harrisburg International. Jennifer, she's right there with me, direct to New York City. That's where I want to be. All right, well, you guys have some really good answers. If you want to go check out everybody's answers, you can do that by going to our Facebook page and going under that question of the day. Now, let's move on to some poll responses. So, our poll was, should people working part-time or earning poverty wages be counted as unemployed? This is how you voted. 41% of you say yes, 57% of you say no, and 2% of you say no opinion. So thank you for chiming in on our poll of the day today. Now we have some homework for you guys. I know you don't people don't like homework, and it's the summertime, but here we are. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go over to our Facebook page if you're not already there. Once you get there, you're going to want to vote in our next poll of the day and our next question of the day. Our next question of the day is, Tuberville is running for Alabama governor. Who else should join the race? Our next poll of the day is, would you wait in line at midnight to buy an item you really wanted? That is based off of a story about Best Buy. If you guys are really into video games, Best Buy will be opening at midnight to release their new Nintendo Switch. Well, not their new Nintendo Switch, but to release the new Nintendo Switch. So we want to know, if you have an item you really want, would you come to a store at midnight and buy it? I don't know. I like my sleep, so I don't know how I would say about that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here with me this Tuesday evening. Let's see, we've got about 20 minutes until News 5 at 6 is on, so make sure you turn your channel to Channel 5, and we will be right back here tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. with the latest Top 5 stories. Thank you guys again so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips.